Hey everyone, another gigantic secret layer was just announced, and I want to take some time to go through some of the cards, give my take on what I think are, what are the good layers to buy, which one I think will do really well, and just in general what's going on. So here, let's take a look right here. I have pulled up the secret layer. I'll zoom in for you guys so you can see a little better on your screen. They're calling it the ultimate pencil super drop. So one first thing that comes to my mind is that it is a super drop, which probably indicates that they're going to do some wild bundle. Are we going to get another super bundle where it's like $2,000 and you get everything again? I'm not sure, but the one thing I learned from last time with that super bundle is you're going to get a lot of the junk that you don't want. And it also probably means they are overprinting a lot of this stuff. So the trend this year is that they seem to have been really, really overprinting secret layers. Because if you look at the prices of almost all the secret layers that have been released this year, except for the tragic romance one, which has been incredible, like that one has appreciated so much. But other than that one, we have the SpongeBob one, the Deadpool one, and they had the cats and dog one, and food tokens and whatever, like so many secret layers this year, and all the SpongeBob ones. They haven't, like, the prices haven't gone anywhere really, other than the tragic romance. If you look at the SpongeBob secret layers, the prices are kind of just hovering either at retail price or just a little bit above. So what that's telling me is that I feel like they're really printing a lot of these secret layers, especially since they are no longer print to demand anymore, and there's so much demand and hype for the secret layers. So Wizards, being that they need to make a lot of money, as much as money as possible, they're going to print as much as they can that they're going to be able to sell. So a lot is going to be printed, and then when they do the bundles, you can get decent deals, but you're going to get a bunch of the junk, and it means they're printing a lot. So it does not seem like there's going to be like a spend $150, get a Deadeye Navigator or something. It doesn't seem like that, but I could be wrong. Orders over 100 will have free shipping as always, and I think if you're like in Canada or some other countries, they're going to add in possibly an extra fee due to the tariffs or whatever. So here, let's go through what the secret layers are. So the first two are kind of like a radio KEXP theme. And the cards, they tried to make it like a poster, band music poster art. So it's really subjective whether you're into this kind of art. Concordant Crossroads, I looked up the prices of some of the cards to see whether the value is there or not. So Culture Exchange, which is this only has one printing, in Odyssey. So the foil version has only one printing of this. I think it only has one printing, period. But the foil version is in like a good quality, is going for like $30 for the Cultural Exchange card. The next card is Folio of Fancies, which is in Throne of Eldraine. Not an expensive card, like $2-3 card. We have Concordant Crossroads. Now this one is a pretty cool card. It was originally printed in Legends, but it has been reprinted a lot. It's even in a secret layer, so not worth that much. But the card is really cool because it's a world enchantment, and it gives all creatures haste. And the art is pretty cute. You have this orca killer whale playing music for, I don't know, raccoon and rabbit and some other animals. So that one looks pretty cute. I actually think the Folio of Fancies looks pretty interesting, the art. Culture Exchange, that's, if you like that. I'm not really into that. I'm also not into Rites of the Flourishing, the art here. But that card is like a 50-cent card. It's not worth anything. And then finally, I also don't personally like the Font of Mythos art here. And again, this card has only one foil printing, I believe. And it's going for like $30-something in foil. So my overall thought on this secret layer, I don't think it's going to be a tragic romance or something really high in value. I think it's going to be one of those where it's going to stay around at or just a little bit above the price, the retail price. And this one is going for $30 non-foil, $40 foil if you're in the US before tax. And then they have another, in following in line with the radio KEXP theme, they have a set of basic lands. So if you buy this, it's going to be $30 and $40, and you get 2 of each basic land. So you need to order a couple if you want like a play set of them. But I mean, again, the art is okay. I can see that if you're really into like music, really into live performances and that kind of stuff, this could be an awesome land for you. I don't think this one is going to be worth anything yet again. So let's move on to the next one. Now, this one's very interesting. Jay Howe. This guy is the Bob's Burger artist and creator. And you can see by the art, it looks like Bob's Burgers. I mean, look at Marchesa. It looks like one of the characters in Bob's Burgers. So I think this art actually is really cool. There are a lot of fans of Bob's Burgers. The cards are not bad. Also not worth that much, but Agent of Treachery. Play this card. Everyone's going to hate you. Love it. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Pretty good. Not worth anything. Okay. This really isn't any real purpose to show this. Like $6 for Agent. Priest is like $1. Treacherous Treasonous Ogre is like, whatever, like $6 or $9. Uncivil Unrest, $10 or so. So Marchesa is not worth anything. So it's not really the value of the cards themselves, but the art is very unique. And if you're a Bob's Burger fan, this is really good art. So I actually think this one's going to do well. And the price is very reasonable, $30 and $40. I would definitely pick up multiple or at least a couple of these, and certainly in foil, because realistically for secret layers, so if you're just gonna get them to play them, and if you don't mind non-foils, if you're okay with the non-foils, like the non-foils are, if I were to play them and use them, I would just get the non-foils personally for myself. But if you're really into foil, then certainly get the foil for yourself. But if you're gonna resell them at some point, the foils do better. They usually appreciate more in value, and they also have more volume, so you'll be able to sell them easier. So I would definitely pick up the foils if that is your goal. And so they kind of, it's like a Marchesa theme, so you have the kind of cards that would go into a Marchesa deck as well, which is pretty cool. I like that. All right, this is new, very interesting. Everything is on fire, right? So it is 5 cards, all red, fire theme, burn theme. Chain Lightning, Dragon's Rage Channeler, Lava Spike, Rift Bolt, and Skewer the Critics. All cards that you would play in a burn deck. The art looks incredible to me. I think this art looks amazing. I mean, just so, like the fire and the border and everything. And then to top all of that off, they're offering this for the first time ever in raised foil for $100 though, okay? But raised foil. But look at this. It looks awesome. Like, it seems like when the raised foil, and now I actually have never held a raised foil card or seen one in person. So I actually don't really know what that's like in person. But based on these pictures, there's like a golden border to the text boxes and stuff, which I think looks really cool on with this background of all the fire and the fire theme, and I guess that's raised. I don't know what part is raised, but this looks incredible. Rift Bolt, like, wow, it looks even better in the raised foil version. I know it's $100 and it's very expensive, and then there's gonna be the people that are like, don't pay it, don't buy it. This is just going to give Wizards more reason to increase the price of everything. I know. And it likely will, but this is awesome. And let's be real. This is going to be worth a lot. I think it's going to be worth a lot, especially this one. So definitely, again, I would, if you could afford it, if you want, you should probably buy this in both versions. Non-foil, probably the least likely or at least priority would be the non-foil. Most likely you should probably buy the foil and the raised foil. I think those will sell out very fast and will be worth a good premium on the market afterwards. So the very last one is called Vroom. Again, the art is pretty cool. It's certainly not, I personally don't like it as much as the burn cards, but the art I still think is pretty cool. And the cards are kind of similar again, like just red used staples. Lava Dart, Monastery Swift Spear. This card is like played in like all of the mono red standard competitive decks and stuff like that. Soulscar Mage, Underworld Breach, which just got banned in Modern, I believe, right? And so if this had been come out like a year ago or 6 months ago, it would have been worth a lot of money. And Mishra's Bauble. But the art looks pretty cool. And again, they're doing the same thing with the raised foil. Now, maybe it is how it looks like online on this medium, but it looks exactly the same to me. So it's like, why even show both sets since they look basically the same on here? But these are also available in raised foil. Probably also gonna go for a lot, and I mean it's $100 retail, but also probably gonna go for a lot in the secondary market and be as hot. But I certainly think this one is the best one. This is where, if you were to spend some money, I would buy the Everything is on Fire one. All right, let me know what you guys think. Are you gonna pick up any of these? Are you getting the raised foil? Are you gonna get foil, non-foil? Are you gonna get a ultimate bundle that's like $5,000 if they have that? And yeah, see you guys later.